Hey everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about Gayle Forman's newest middle grade. She's in middle grade now. Middle grade book, Frankie Bug. I got this on Edelweiss.
I got it from NetGalley, I think.
Okay. I only know that I got it off Edelweiss because it wasn't working in my Adobe digital editions. It was very sad. It was a sad day. But anyway, so this is about Bug, whose summer is completely ruined because her older brother needs space. And so he won't watch Bug, and she can't go to the beach by herself because she lives in Venice Beach, or Venice, California, which is Venice Beach.
Isn't it Venice Beach? She lives in Venice, yeah.
Yeah, she lives in Venice. And so there's this awesome beach like right near her house, but she can't go anywhere without her brother because he needs space. So her summer's ruined, she thinks. But turns out her upstairs neighbor, Philip, is having his nephew come in named Frankie. And so it's possible that Bug is going to have this friend, Frankie, who they can hang out together and do different things. And along with all of that, Frankie shows up. Frankie's obsessed with the Midnight Marauder. Is it Marauder? I always say Marauder. Weird. It just sounds weird to me. Anyway, he's obsessed with this local serial killer, and so he wants to find out who done it. He doesn't want to do a lot of the same thing Bug wants to do, so Bug's really kind of frustrated with that, but she's like, hey, I don't want my summer to totally suck, so like I guess we're gonna figure out who this marauder is. And so they spend their time trying to figure out who the serial killer is. And as things happen, summer could really take a turn for the worse, but I think Bug is going to have the tenacity to make sure that she gets those beach days in and that she has as much fun as she possibly can. And yeah.
Yep, that's because there's like other things you don't want to like, because I mean some stuff is revealed in the book, right?
So and some stuff builds on top of other stuff, and so if you give the first stuff away, then you give out then it really kind of messes everything up.
So there were aspects of this book like I really appreciated. It takes place in the late 80s, and they talk about different prejudice. They talk about gay rights,
right,
which was particularly a big issue then. And they talk about, and she introduces the idea of HIV, and I feel like that's something that's gotten ignored lately. When I was a kid, like that was introduced a lot, but I've read different studies where they said that they're really not talking about it enough in schools, so kids don't know about prevention.
So, and I guess it's you bringing up the fact that it was set in the 80s that really irks me. Why is it set in the 80s? Why couldn't it be contemporary?
I don't know. I
feel like the issues are just as important now, just as relevant now as they would have been in the 80s. And I think I would have felt like it would have felt more believable for me if it had been set contemporary.
But I think because she was using the El Salvador, she was talking about that, and I think that was an issue. And there was the issue, the storyline with the skinheads, and is that as big of a thing now as it was in the 80s?
I mean, but those people, like they don't go by skinhead. Well, maybe they do go by skinheads. I don't know. But, like, those people still exist.
I know. I think, because, like, one of the big moving points of the book is the character who is homosexual, who gets attacked for being homosexual. And I feel like that just does, I mean, it does still happen. And maybe it just doesn't happen as much in the setting she created. There's also a character that's transgendered, and I don't know. I think the way she was presenting that was well done, and I think it's an important idea to start to present to children. And we have so many books coming in now that with transgendered characters. My thing is, Bug is supposed to be, is she going into fourth grade or she just finished fourth grade?
I think I don't know.
I don't remember. To me, she sounded like second grade at the oldest. That was the thing that caught
She
me.
did
Was
read
like,
younger. She did read younger, but as I thought about it, she didn't read as young. Like it was semi believable if she was like a year or two different.
and I mean, and that maybe that's part of it too, is because kids today don't have the same level of being naive about things. Like, I'm just a couple years younger than these characters in the book, and like I remember like as a seventh or eighth grader or 7 or 8 year old, like the world was rainbows and lollipops. Like there was people didn't hate each other because of their sexuality. People didn't hate each other because of their skin color.
Yeah.
Like in my world, everybody was friends, and I don't know if you get that now with kids. I don't know if
I don't know. I don't know. I guess my frustration is beyond this book because I feel like contemporary authors are starting to set their books in the 90s and the 80s simply because they just don't want them to have cell phones. And like if that is the reasoning behind it, like it bothers me.
no, because I don't think this book, because sometimes those books you're like, okay, well, it's super awkward that they don't have a cell phone. But like, I don't think that this book would be hinged on that because not every 9 year old has a cell phone.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, I think she was trying to tell a very specific story and it only took place in that time. And maybe that's just like
Yeah.
a time in her life. And that's the thing, like, it never really grabbed me. Like, I think it's entertaining and I think it was good, but it never like I never loved it.
Yeah. Well, it kind of sounds like we're at the point where we're ready to rate it. So our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it doesn't get a horn and is therefore a horse. So where are you?
I'm at a 3. Like it's a solid book. I think there's a lot of good there, but like I wasn't compelled to keep reading.
And we rarely agree point for point, but like that's where I'm at. Like I'm at a 3. I'm it was a solid book. I like certain aspects of it, but it never grabbed me either. Um, so yeah, I think that's where we're at. We're at threes. So
That's where we are at on Frankie and Bug, and we'll see you around. Bye.
bye.